Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchef here with an extended forecast update because now we have a valley-wide red flag warning as critical fire weather continues across Northern California to start the work week. So let's start with some cameras. So as of Sunday evening, as of the recording of this video, it's not just Northern California that's seeing the fire danger. I want to point that out, that we're seeing statewide fire danger. Look at this. This is St. Helena and Napa County. Point fire, 200 acres. You can see the smoke in the distance there. The hidden fire, about 100 acres. This is Grizzly Peak at Shasta County. Crews are making some progress on that up there, but you can see just how smoky and hazy it is in the Shasta Lake area. Whitaker Peak, LA County, and then also Bald Mountain, LA County. This camera looks like it's moving around. There you go. You can see the smoke there. This is the post fire. Both of these cameras on the bottom looking at the post fire from different angles. 14,625 acres as of the recording of this video, but it is still only 2% contained as of the recording of this video, so these numbers are going to go up. In fact, all these have the potential of increasing. So that was to say nothing of the Excelsior fire that we had on Sunday in Sacramento County, which was several hundred acres, almost 1,000 acres. And that type of fire danger is continuing for Monday. So that red flag warning has been extended by the National Weather Service in Sacramento from now, runs until right now, all the way until Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. So that has been two extensions now. The first one was an extension from Sunday to Monday, and then from Monday now to Tuesday morning. So that, again, critical fire weather continues across Northern California. This is for Monday, that significant fire potential across the Sacramento Valley for wind, but we also see moderate potential across parts of the coastal range and also down in the San Joaquin Valley, again, because of the wind and the dry conditions that we are seeing. So the headlines here, again, I'm going to reiterate it, that red flag warning. We've talked about how the map sometimes makes it look like certain areas are included in a warning when they're not, but now it is true that all of the valley is part of the red flag warning. Winds on Monday will be out of the north, sustained 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting 25 to about 35 miles per hour. And then humidity on Monday, single-digit relative humidity values, and we're not going to have the overnight recovery because we will not have the Delta breeze on Monday. So for Sunday into Monday, one of the saving graces, if you will, is that we had, depending on when you're watching this video, a Delta breeze, which helps to kind of mitigate the fire risk a little bit as it's some more moist air. It's cooler air. It is still breezy, though, so it can still push around some fires. But the good news is in the valley typically means it's a lower fire risk when we have the breeze. That's what we've got. So you're waking up early Monday morning. Temperature's going to be in those upper 50s, low 60s. But I want to point out that despite the Delta breeze to start the evening, by the time we're waking up on Monday, winds are going to be once again out of the north at about 5 miles per hour. And that is just the start, because as the day goes on, especially through the morning, we're going to see those winds ramping up 10 miles per hour by 8 o'clock, 15 miles per hour by 10 a.m. And then through the rest of the afternoon, we're going to be looking at winds out of the north at about 20 miles per hour, sustained, gusts potentially as high as 35 miles per hour, if not even a little higher for some parts of the valley. The one thing about fire weather that we really don't have tomorrow is extremely hot temperatures. Sometimes you can get really hot temperatures, really strong winds, really low relative humidity values, and that's kind of the trifecta for bad fire weather. We've got two of the three, which are the strong winds and the low relative humidity, but at least temperatures are actually below average for the time of year. We're looking at 87 for a high across much of the valley tomorrow for Monday, when the average high is usually about 90 degrees. So that's kind of the one good news, but still it is outweighed by the other factors at play here. So as we take a look at those wind gusts, this is Sunday evening, and you notice that Delta breeze like I was talking about. That's going to bring some of that recovery in terms of cooler air, more moist air overnight. But by the time we wake up on Monday, winds are now out of the north, and it's going to be strong out of the north as well, potentially as strong as 20 to 30 miles per hour early in the morning, and picking up as the day goes on. So this is now Monday late afternoon, early evening, and we still see wind gusts of about 25 miles per hour, stronger at times for different parts of the valley. But typically we would see these winds start to become more westerly, right, as we get that Delta breeze developing. Not happening on Monday. We will continue with the north winds through after sunset on Monday. and into the overnight hours, which is why that red flag warning continues until early Tuesday, because it's not really until we get to after sunrise on Tuesday that those north winds die down. So by Tuesday lunchtime, we'll see winds generally out of the north, but only about 5, maybe 10 miles per hour. And then we'll get that delta breeze on Tuesday, which will aid in the overnight recovery and kind of bring it into the elevated fire weather that we've had from late Saturday night and will have all the way through the first bit of Tuesday. So this is future relative humidity. We're going to start here Monday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. Remember that delta breeze we just looked at? There's that overnight recovery. Relative humidity values in the 50 to 65% range across the valley, which is good news. But the northerly winds pick up, and by Monday afternoon, with those winds gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour, we're going to have relative humidity values in the single digits across much of the valley, and that is why we have such elevated fire danger. Now, remember what else I said about the delta breeze? We won't have a breeze on Monday, so we won't see the overnight recovery. This is now Monday, 9:30. Look at that. We're still in the single digits and low teens across the valley. Even Fairfield, which typically you get a delta breeze through there almost every night, not going to happen Monday night. Relative humidity only about 15%. So across the valley, it will be critical fire weather all the way through Monday night. By Tuesday morning, those north winds die down. We see a little bit of recovery in the 20 to 30% range. Even though the relative humidity drops again through Tuesday afternoon, we're not going to have the north winds, and you can see the wind arrows there picking up on a delta breeze developing for Tuesday. So that will bring recovery as we go into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and by the time we wake up on Wednesday morning with that delta breeze, relative humidity values back in the higher end of the spectrum for Northern California, 70 to 80% range. So our fire danger does really start to taper off by the time we get to midweek, but really Monday and the first half of Tuesday, still going to be looking at that critical fire weather. So red flag warning everywhere in pink. This covers the entire valley now and much of the Delta for Monday and the first little bit of Tuesday as well. 86 Monday afternoon, 87 Stockton, 88 88 Elk Grove, 87 Stockton, Sacramento, 86 Roseville, 87 Marysville, 87 Oroville, 87 Inclusa. Lots to talk about, lots to say with this fire weather. Again, I'll reiterate the kind of bonus point, if you will, is that the third kind of factor you can have in fire weather is high temperatures. We're going to be in those 80s. Again, 87 Sacramento, 86 Modesto. The average high for the time of year, 90 degrees. So we're even a little bit below average, which is good news. But because the wind is so strong and the relative humidity so low, the temperature aspect will be mitigated. So over the next 48 hours, this is Sunday night, that delta breeze develops. It does lower the fire risk a little bit overnight, but those north winds start to return by the time we wake up Monday morning. Monday through the daytime, winds out of the north gusting 35 plus miles per hour. Relative humidity, like we talked about, 5 to 15%. Monday night, no delta breeze, so we're going to keep with those north winds, and that relative humidity will not recover. And so we're still looking at that 5 to 15% range for the RH Monday night. By the time we wake up Tuesday, those north winds will start to die down. That red flag warning expires at 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. And certainly by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, we'll be looking at the end of the north winds and the return of the delta breeze, and that will bring an end to this period of elevated fire danger for Northern California. But I can't reiterate enough how important it is to be ready to evacuate if need be, even if you live in what you might consider a metropolitan area, an urban area. If you have a park across the way, that could burn, right? That grass could burn. You have an open space, that grass could burn. We don't have to have a 100-acre, 200, 500, 1,000-acre fire to lose houses. It could be just an acre or two if it starts in the wrong spot, maybe a neighborhood park or, again, even just a small open space with grass. You could get a fire there. You could still lose a couple of homes. So if officials tell you to evacuate, you've got to be ready to go. So pack the go bag. Be ready. In order, CAL FIRE, the 5 Ps. Number 1 is people, 1 bag for each person in your household. Number 2 is pets, at least 1 bag for the pets in your household. Number 3 is important papers, marriage certificates, birth certificates, social security cards, death certificates, insurance papers, anything that really you can't replace. Passports, that's an important one. Anything you can't replace would be hard to replace or may be necessary if you unfortunately have to start over. Make sure you have those papers with you. Number 4, prescription medications, or even if it's not a medication, maybe a medical device. Make sure you have those ready to go, available to just basically walk out the door with if need be. Number 5, is photos, but really this is anything that's sentimental, kind of trinkets, some knickknacks, things that you would not want to lose, things that you really couldn't replace, but it can't be something that would slow you from leaving the house, right? So if it's something big that you really want to bring with you, may not be something that you actually should, because it would hinder your ability to evacuate quickly. Over the next 10 days, 87 on Monday. So as we look into the extended, temperatures will be at and below average for Monday and Tuesday with that peak fire weather. But Wednesday for Juneteenth, temperatures back to 90 degrees, so we're back towards average. Thursday, 92, first day of summer. Starting to see that warm up. By Friday, 97 degrees. That is several degrees above average. And then we're looking at triple digits by the time we get in towards next weekend. So 101 on Saturday, about 99 on Sunday, and beyond that, some triple digits likely to finish off the month of June as well. So the longest days of the year, which are about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right around the first day of summer, are going to be some of the warmest, and even beyond that, we're going to have some warmer temperatures as well, again, back into the triple digits. So if you're watching on ABC 10 Plus, thank you for watching there. If you're watching on YouTube, I encourage you to take a look at the ABC 10 Plus app. You can get in-depth forecasts like this. We've got a ton of weather explainers and weather specials as well. That's ABC 10 Plus. It is on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Be sure to stay tuned to ABC 10 and ABC10.com and ABC 10 Plus for the very latest on the fire weather conditions over the next couple of days. Thanks for watching.